Hotshots lead the Trappers 5-0. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning. Hotshots have runners on the corners with 1 out. New pitcher in for the Trappers is going to be the right-hander Alex Sheets. He comes into this ball game in relief of Jackson Back. Sheets so far has 10 appearances, all in relief. He has a 6.54 ERA, an 0-1 record, 6 walks, and 18 strikeouts. He's also given up 16 earned runs. He is going to do battle with Derek Marshall here with runners on the corners and 1 out. Marshall is 0 for 2, but he has reached base twice on an error and a walk and has scored a run. Here's the first pitch. Misses outside for ball 1. And the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Danny Rodriguez is on first, and Elizondo is on third. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This is a foul tip that bounces out of the glove of Saringer, and that's going to be strike 1. It's 1-1. So then, in the Lewis division, Service Valley leads 28-12. Badlands is only 5 games behind them at 21-15. The Pierre Trappers are 9 games below the Sabre Dogs at 18-20. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Marshall. A called strike in the outside corner, and it's 1-2. And then the Hotshots are at the bottom. They are at 14-25. They're 13.5 games back of the Service Valley Sabre Dogs. And they are about 3.5 games back of the Trappers. Here's the 1-2, fouled straight back. And the count's going to remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. Actually, they're 4.5 games back of Hub City Hotshots. Or of the Pierre Trappers, the Hotshots are. So they're trying to ease that gap here and try and sneak into 3rd place in the division. 1-2 pitch to Marshall. Fly ball, foul territory right side and out of play. It's still 1-2. In the Clark division, it's a little bit more lopsided as Western Nebraska is easily ahead, 27-11. Spearfish is in 2nd, but they are 9.5 games back with a losing record of 16-19. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Inside corner, just barely misses, and the count is 2-2. Hastings Sodbusters is behind Spearfish. They're only a couple of games back, and they're at 16-24. And then Casper's at the bottom at 12-26. They're 15 games out of 1st place. Here's the 2-2. Runner's going to 2nd. Throw down is way over the head of Smith. So easily coming in to score is Elizondo, and now Scott is going to misplay the ball. Rodriguez is going to round 3rd. He's going to come to the plate. So 2 runs score for the Hotshots on a missed throw by catcher Spencer Saringer, and then a missed play by the center fielder Ken Scott. So a very wild play right here. It was a ball called, so it's now a full count for Marshall, and he's got nobody on the base. So there are a ton of Jimmy John's freaky fast stolen bases. There for Derek Marshall. Now it's a payoff pitch. This is a line drive into center, and it's going to drop in there for a base hit. So Marshall now singles, and this inning continues. It is now 7-0. Hotshots are ahead, and there's that dreaded 7-0 mark. They were up 7-0 yesterday. So let's see if they can get to 8 and try and shed that mark a little bit. So still very confusing plays we saw here, and a bunch of errors. There was an error on the catcher on the throw, and also an error on Ken Scott in center as he misplayed it. But the next batter is going to be Hunter Kep. Marshall is stealing, pitches outside, throw down to 2nd, is in time, but he doesn't make the tag. So Marshall now gets a Jimmy John's freaky fast stolen base, and he's now on 2nd. So Danny Rodriguez is credited with a stolen base of 2nd, but then he gets all the way home on the E2 and then on the E8, I believe. Elizondo scores on the E2. So that's, I think, how it ends up panning out. So there's an E2 and an E8. 1 run scored on the E2, 1 run scored on the E8. Anyway, right now, there's still only 1 out. There's a runner on 2nd. Hunter Kep's at the plate, and it's 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This is a called strike, and the count is now 1-1. The Hotshots lead 7-0. That's really all that really matters. After a very wild play, and Kep's going to try and keep it going here. Here's the 1-1. Big swing and a miss, and the count is now 1-2. Kep so far today is 1 for 3. He struck out, had an RBI single, scored a run, and also grounded out. So we'll see if he can keep this inning alive here for the Hotshots with a runner on second base and 1 out. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, he swings through this one, comes up empty, and he strikes out. So that's going to be out number 2. And it'll now be up to Willie Lougeois with a runner on second base and 2 outs. So Lougeois is coming up to the plate. Lougeois has had an outstanding season, leads the team in batting coming into this game at .368. He has a double already today, 2 RBI double, his second time up. Here's the first pitch. This is a ground ball, base hit, bounces over the shortstop. They're going to wave Marshall. Here comes the throw. It's not going to be in time. There's an RBI single for Willie Lougeois. It is now 8-0 Hotshots. They get past that 7-0 mark. 3 runs have come across in this inning. Lougeois continues to be hot. Marshall goes second home. Very good base running. Marshall with great speed. The stolen base again comes back to help the Hotshots. And another run comes across. There's 2 outs. And now Aaron Greenfield comes up to bat. So Lougeois has an interesting stat line. So he leads the league in doubles still with 16. Leads the team in average. First pitch to Greenfield is outside. And the count is 1 ball and no strikes. So this inning has plated 3 runs thus far. It's 8-0 Hotshots lead. Here's the 1-0. This is a ground ball right back to the pitcher, and it's to Sheets. He'll run halfway to first, underhands it to Ellison, and the inning is finally over. But a beautiful 3-run inning here in the bottom of the 6th for the Hotshots. They tack on those 3 runs. They now lead 8-0 against the Trappers as we head to the 7th inning. You're listening to Hotshots Baseball here on the Hotshots Radio Network.